What's up, guys? Welcome back to the That's Sowdev podcast. My name is Dev. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate you. You're iconic. We got some Normani tea to get into today. But before we get into this tea, make sure you go ahead and follow me at That's Sowdev on Twitter, Instagram, and literally everywhere else, including YouTube. And if you're streaming over there, make sure you like and subscribe. Again, I appreciate you. Now, Normani. First of all, hi, it's Dopamine Week, ho. You need to get up. Absolutely, we have been waiting a very long time, and that's an understatement. Okay, bitch? So we're about to get our whole lives, and, let's just start from the beginning, right? So, you find out about the event, you RSVP for the event, and you find out that the RSVP is confirmed the day before. And, when I got the notification of the RSVP, in LA, address, blah, 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 I'm like, huh? Because first of all, that's the last thing that I was expecting to happen. And two, it was legitimately the day before. So I was kind of like, okay, how the hell am I going to make this happen and squeeze out getting to this party? Because first of all, I'm getting to this party. I don't know how, but I'm going to get to this motherfucking party. Okay. So anyway, long story short, a bitch ends up driving. I'm like, you want to know what? LA is literally not that far away. I'm just going to take a little trip, take my doggies down with me. We're going to go to the beach, whatever, have a little time. And we're going to go see Normani and yeah, blah, 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 blah. So that happens. And, it's actually super surreal to me, actually, because when I think about how that shit went down, I'm honestly like, whoa, how on earth did a bitch get to LA? And you know what I mean? And not even just me, several people from all over the country, quite literally, people hopping on flights, getting there the next day, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, some people live there, some people don't. And it's just seeing the amount of people who put in an enormous amount of effort to get to this party. It's absolutely insane. It truthfully is. And, a lot of the time I was just kind of like not knowing what to expect. I think that everybody had that general feeling of not knowing what to expect when you get to this party, because all we really know is to show up this time, don't be late, blah, 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 blah. So my ass is like, oh, bitch is gonna be lining. I'm not trying to be late. I don't know what the tea is. Does the person have to be in the front of the line? Does it matter or whatever? But, long story short, I get in the line at 5 p.m. The doors is opening around 8, mind you. So I'm literally like, I think I was the 6th person in line. And I was just sitting there. I started editing videos and blah, 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 blah. Wasted time. A bunch of people starting to line up. And at some point, I think that everybody started to think, oh, wow, wait a minute. So we've all most likely have crossed some sort of path on Twitter before. And I think that's where the connections really started to settle in, because we were coming across people that we were mutuals with on Twitter. So we were just kind of like, oh, you're you. Oh, that's that. Oh, girl, I had no idea. You know what I mean? You're just seeing people, essentially being in the presence of people who you've essentially been seeing on social media. And it was a very weird thing because the connections happened effortlessly. Literally, you would have guessed that all of us were probably friends for the last 10 years or something, the way that we just snapped right into place. It was quite iconic. I mean, there was a general bond there, obviously, but I do think that everybody just naturally meshed well. And I think a bunch of people who crossed paths, even, if people didn't gravitate to each other for the entire duration of the event, people were crossing paths and making connections. And I thought it was a very great place full of love, to be quite honest with you. That is what a bitch thinks. It was a beautiful thing to see. It was very beautiful. So we're standing in line, doors open at 8 p.m. I'm literally standing on the line for like 3 hours at this point, but I didn't give a fuck. Anyway, we get inside. It's this dark, like, parking structure, slinky type thing. Like, it's honestly matching that vibe of Dopamine. And the energy that I'm getting from it, like, I'm instantly thinking about the beginning of 159 as I'm walking into this parking structure. It's very fucking crazy. I just felt like everything was done so well. I feel like they could have probably done that many places, but I think where they chose it was perfect. It's not even what you chose, where you chose it, the way it looks like. It has the look. So you're walking in, you have the Dopamine decals all on the mirror of the parking garage. You have the Dopamine logo being reflected onto the ground. And that's eventually where Normani is going to pull up inside this car that has Dopamine on the license plate. It looks bad as hell. Anywho, we're walking up the pathway up the parking structure. And, they've got this one little area sectioned off. And you can obviously kind of tell this is where Normani's going to do her thing as the album is playing. She's feeling herself, whatever. You can tell that's what's just going to happen. So you walk in over to a little entrance on your left, and you see instantly the Dopamine t-shirts with Dopamine and the date on them. You can get them customized. Some people got them ever since 2012, and a bunch of just different stuff on their shirts. Some people got nothing. Honestly, I didn't get anything on the back of the shirt because honestly, I was just grateful to have the motherfucking shirt. Anywho, so the whole thing was I walk in and I'm like, well, how much are the shirts? I'm like, well, how much is the box, right? And bitches is like, oh, that's free. I was like, huh? What's that? What? How much is the drinks at the box? She said, that's free too, bitch. I said, hold on. Wait, what? Because I know Normani ain't hook us up like this, bitch. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I was gagged, actually. I mean, I was prepared to pay for my shit, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. But, like, it's just the fact that everything was really free. I just didn't expect us to be really treated in that manner. I wasn't. At all. I'm thinking that this is an event that you're lucky that you even get to attend and be here. Like, you know what I mean? Just come listen to the album, do your little tease or whatever, and then go on about your time. I mean, that's really what a lot of us is thinking in our heads. So, I mean, once you hear, oh, this is free. They're also doing free tattoos over there. Free photo shoots over here. Yeah, bitch. Absolutely. As I'm walking past the t-shirts and as I'm walking past the bar, as I'm figuring out that these are free. And mind you, as they're giving you the free t-shirts, you're getting a free Dopamine lollipop as well and a free Dopamine poster with the album cover on it. Anywho, walking past the t-shirts, walking past the bars, and then I'm looking over here and I'm like, oh shit. They got photo shoot stations. They got an album cover photo shoot station chilling over there. I said, huh? Everybody, and this is where I'm about to get into how smart her team is, y'all. So they have the album cover station where everybody is obviously going and recreating the album cover. And then they're getting their digital pictures and they're getting a physical picture to take with them for free. Love that. Second, I'm going to come back to why that's smart, because the thing after is smart as well. So what she also had was a booth where Meta, if you obviously don't know what Meta is, Facebook, Instagram, blah, 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 all that BS, right? So Meta has a station, and this station is really like It's really given the dopamine tease, right? I know you remember the little sneak peek that we got, the first dose of dopamine, where we saw all the TVs and whatnot and blah, 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 blah. You remember how she teased that? Yeah. So she's got TVs similar to that, just stationed in certain places. I don't know if it was intentional or if they just thought that this would probably be good setups based on how they're going to create the content of that station. Anywho, Meta helps you create a reel, a very creative reel, a very intricate reel as well. They film it for you, they set you up, they direct you, they show you how to do everything, creatively directing and creating this reel for you by using candy paint and the hashtag, and obviously the hashtag for Meta because they gotta boost themselves too, right? Now, bitch, you take this station with the reels, right? And you take the other station with the album cover. What the fuck are they doing? Every motherfucker that just came to this event is doing what? Recreating her album cover with the name Normani and the name of the album Dopamine. So it's promoting her fucking album. On top of that, the reels, they're using candy paint and they're posting it for you. They're editing it down for you right in front of your face, picking the best parts, clicking it down real quick, and posting it for you. And they're using the sound candy paint. Also promoting the album, promoting the single. Everybody who just came, just imagine though, because there was a bunch of people up in that motherfucking place. Imagine all those people that came through each booth, posting her album cover of them on the rocket like her. All of those people who just posted candy paint in reels. That's another number up in the audio. You know how it says the amount of reels once you go and click on the audio on Instagram? Yeah. Each person is jumping that number up. Smart. That's a very smart thing to do. Business-wise, that is actually the whole event was very well thought out. There was some time put into this event because you didn't just come up with all of this stuff in 2 minutes, right? Because yeah, there was a bar, but the bar had specified drinks. Let me see if I can remember. Like Candy Paint, 159, Big Boy, Insomnia, and All Yours. Now, Candy Paint slapped. Insomnia was an espresso martini with a real spice. You know what I mean? Like even one of the drinks had liquid smoke in it. I believe that was the 159 because it was such a deep, rich, smoky flavor. And when I really think of the beat on 159, it is kind of that rich, deep, smoky vibe, and it's like sexy, and you know what I mean? Like each drink really and descriptively matched the song. She definitely ate that. Like those weren't just, you didn't just go and pick a drink. Oh, I want an espresso martini, I want this drink. Like, no, you sat down and you really constructed drinks surrounding your songs. And I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen before several times. I know Fifth Harmony did it for their Fifth Harmony by Fifth Harmony album. I know that. I saw what the drinks were. But I felt like these were so like detailed. I couldn't forget it. Everything about it was just so detailed. And shit, I may even try to make oh my god, what if I try to make me a candy paint drink at home? What if I try to make me a 159 drink at home? What if I try to recreate the motherfucking drinks? Bitch, you want to know what? That with you. I've been thinking, because obviously I'm going to throw me a dopamine party. I'm going to get some black balloons. I'm going to hang up, frame my poster. I also have my poster from when we had the meet and greet in 2019 for Sweetener Tour. Girl, oh my, yep, I'm recreating drinks. I was thinking about getting, me a cute black Stella Rosa type tea or whatever, just a little sip on. But you want to know what? I think I'm going to recreate one of the drinks, maybe even two. We'll see. Okay? So, a lot of detail, a lot of attention to this event. the way she really just made you like, you know what? And I couldn't help but think like the shirts are getting spray painted on, the tattoos, you're painting your body, you know what I mean? And the dopamine lollipops are candy, right? You see where I'm going, bitch? Tattoos and fucking candy paint. Shit was dope. I mean, no, no, the levels to that shit. The levels to that shit. That was a well thought out fucking event. That was fantastic. And you, girl, whoo, bitch. No, my bitch ate that up. I'm telling you for real. And, you know, all of this, we're just enjoying this for, you know, about an hour and some change, and just, you know, really, again, enjoying each booth, but interacting with each other and, you know, sharing app names. And I was like, you know, I'm not about to share my fucking app name with nobody, because first of all, y'all gonna be tired of my ass by the time you press that motherfucking follow button. So I'm gonna go ahead and save you some motherfucking time, bitch, okay? Because I'm gonna speak my motherfucking mind, so fair warning, okay? No. But I did share my app name a little bit, and lo and behold, bitch, some bitches you was following. I was like, oh, that's you? Yeah. I saw a lot of people at the event, and you would have never guessed that some of the bitches were blogs. You would have never guessed. Came across many people who ended up being blocked. Came across BuzzFeed. And I was like, huh? Well, first of all, I didn't know, obviously, that was BuzzFeed. But when BuzzFeed posted the picture on BuzzFeed, I was like, that's BuzzFeed? Bitch, be for real. Girl, you just would never guess. We did see Terrell there. Love that. Somebody said that they asked him. He could not confirm or deny that she has her own episode or that she will be on or whatever. But, you know, I definitely think that something gonna happen there. Anywho, we gonna wait and see. So, now, oh, girl, Normani is obviously pulling up now, right? The smoke is really covering the whole entrance of the parking structure. It's really fucking smoky now. And we hear vroom vroom, right? And the vroom vroom happens just a little bit after this little... There's these voice things going on. I don't specifically remember what they were saying, but it obviously felt like some sort of warning to us. And we obviously knew that she was coming. We heard the vroom vroom, and she's pulling up inside this badass fucking car. The lights are pulling up slowly, and she's just in this beautiful... I couldn't... Look... You know how they say men be colorblind sometimes? Like, that dress really could have been burgundy or like maroon or something like that. I don't know. It could have been a nice crossbreed between them motherfuckers. But anywho, badass dress. Getting out the motherfucking car. And the girls are going crazy. I mean, the fences have lines up on every side. Everybody is just going crazy. And I think in that moment you can really feel all of the love in that place. You could feel all of the love. And I think that she felt it immediately when she got... I think she probably felt it once she started seeing us, but obviously I can't confirm that. I just know that she was pretty much crying. No, she was crying. I saw the tears, and she was trying really hard to not have them tears drop. I know she was. But, you know, seeing her take in that this is for her. These people showed up for you. Look at how many of us traveled across states. You told us the day before, and here all of us are here for you. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. You know, and I am extremely grateful that I was able to be in her presence, being able to say hi to her, even seeing in her face the moment that she realizes that this is the face that I remember. And she does it time and time and again, because God, so many of us have been with her since 2012. Going to several events as Fifth Harmony, meet and greets with Fifth Harmony, several events now as her solo career has taken off. I mean, again, Sweetener Tour being a massive one. So she knows a lot of people from a decade of perfecting her craft and then some, and seeing us along the way with that journey. I think that's incredible. The fact that she can even remember faces is incredible. So I think having everybody in that room really just showed her that. I think it made it even more real, because we know that Normani tends to not want to share too much. And that's naturally just how I think that her experience have kind of morphed her into this more protective person with her energy and her space. And you can't blame a person for that, all things considered. Seriously, you literally cannot. And, I think that it makes it all the more special when she does open up and when she does, let us into that space. I think this was the first time that we were in each other's presence, us as Nation, but also Nation and Normani. She's obviously had it in meet and greets or whatever, you know what I mean? People are paying to go to these meet and greets. That wasn't the tea this time. I've seen a lot of things about people. Normani paying people to... Girl, be fucking for real. You think she paid us? Be fucking for real. Hell no. All that money that a lot of us spent to just get there, bye. And no, it was a whole event for her to celebrate this special time with us before the rest of the world got their hands on it. We got to have that moment with her. And I know that that's going to be a moment that she remembers for the rest of her life. And we are going to as well. It was really just that special of a moment. And I don't think that words could even explain what that was. Because even like right now, I can't believe that the event happened. I almost think that the shit's still a dream to this day. I just don't believe it. Because it was like on cloud nine. Hearing Normani inviting you to her debut album listening party. You know how many people are honestly, there's not a lot of people who are going to get to say that happened for them. You know how special that is? Wow. It's a very wow moment. That's all I can say when I met her in 2019. Wow, what a moment. Still today, wow. Watching her grow and morph into the woman that she is today, and seeing her continue to grow and grow and grow, she was the happiest that I've seen her. I haven't seen a smile that bright and genuine since before Fifth Harmony really got going. That's what's crazy. And I feel like that this time has really healed her. We always have work to do, but you can tell she's in a different space all around in all aspects. I love that for her. Now the album itself. Whew. Girl, first of all, starting off with Big Boy, fantastic. Even those little snippets that we have heard of the song, I just feel like it was in a totally different space. Genuinely. I heard enough of each song to really comprehend what I'm getting. That's what it did. That listening party allowed me to comprehend what I'm getting. And what I'm getting is a hell of a payoff. That album is crazy. That album is going to go crazy. That album is going to be on repeat. That album is going to be timeless. That album has popped. That album has pop. That album has R&B. That album has hip hop. That album has her rapping tees. Like, that album has fucking everything. Because as Normani said, you can't box her in and she won't allow you to do it. And I think that statement is truly reflected in the album. What a crazy ass album. I think the album's crazy as hell. I do. I'm just sitting here just listening to the production. I'm like, I almost couldn't believe it. I don't think that in the moment I was able to comprehend what I was hearing. I did. I was able to hear it. I was able to take in what I could. I think everything processed as things trickled down, as the night went on, as I woke up the next day, as the day after that, like, things started processing of the song. I started to hear these songs in my head over and over again. And I still hear the songs. Again, just sitting there listening to some songs where I'm just swaying, and there's one song in particular that has stuck with me the entire time, and it's like the number one song that I didn't forget. And lyrically, I just feel like it's really there for me. About loving from a distance. Like, I couldn't help but be captured in the moment of the song. I instantly was like, oh shit. I mean, sonically, but lyrically too. And then the delivery of it. I'm like, Normani, these songs sound like you are fully taking control of the narrative, that you're fully taking control of this music. You're dominating this music. You feel so comfortable in this music. You feel so confident in this music. It's crazy to me. Sitting there listening, it doesn't sound like motivation. It doesn't sound like any song that she has recorded before. It doesn't sound like Waves. And when I say sound, I mean in regards to her comfortableness, her confidence in the songs. And obviously, of course, well, those songs are older. I know that. But it's just the distinct difference in hearing it now versus hearing all of those then. Because think about the distance between the songs that we've gotten. 2018, 2019, 2021, 2022, then 2024. There's been a lot of space between the songs. And I feel like every time that I end up seeing Normani again, I just see a different Normani. Like, this isn't the same Normani from Wildside. She sounds even more confident than Wildside. She sounds even more comfortable than Wildside. I'm like, yes, go you. This is your moment. This feels like your moment. This feels like you took all the time that you need. This feels like this is the album that you wanted to really make. I feel that connection. I felt something listening to that album. I think that she executed, and I can't honestly wait to hear the entirety of the entire album in my headphones. I need the quality. I need it now. And it's iconic. Y'all, I can't stress enough how good that shit is. The album goes crazy. I mean fucking crazy. And I can't stress it out enough. I think that anybody who genuinely loves Normani is going to love this album. I don't give a fuck what anybody else outside of that thinks, to be honest. I think this album is going to feel like the biggest payoff that any Normani fan has ever seen. So worth the wait. So worth the treacherous walkways and pathways that bitches had to travel down on. We know what we've been through, nation. And that's what this album is for. When I was sitting there listening to, the album, and then, Candy Paint and 159, because Candy Paint and 159 are like the songs that you heard before are not at the top of the album. So it's just kind of like, it's such a weird journey. It feels like just an album. Like I don't want to say that nothing stands out, because that's not what I'm saying. Everything stands out. But I think that's also what I'm saying. Everything feels like a whole project. It just feels like a whole project. I'm sitting here. They didn't push the single. They're pushing an album. They're pushing a fucking album. They're not pushing singles. They're not pushing burnouts. This is an album. They want you to focus on the album. Yeah. That's been made abundantly clear. This is an album, and they want you to focus on it being an album. Fuck a single here, fuck a single there, fuck industry norms. Because let's be real, how often, even in Normani's career, has she abided by the norms? Because we've seen her release on a Monday. We've seen her release on a fucking Tuesday. Well, just saying. So, after that party, that is what I got. This is an album. And that's that. If you don't like it, oh well. That's all I have to say. Dopamine is out Friday. I couldn't be more excited. I'm ecstatic. I'm thrilled, and everything under the sun. Now, I appreciate you guys for listening. Thank you for streaming the That Sowdev podcast, where you stay true and you stay you, boo. Okay? Nation, I appreciate you. We bonded on a whole different level this weekend. Things changed for us. We're in a different space now. This is the first album week for Nation. A lot of firsts are happening. And I'm going to tell you now, it's about to go down. Stay tuned. This album going to have y'all up. Okay? Now, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe on YouTube. And make sure you go ahead and follow me on all social media platforms at That Sowdev, on Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else, child. I appreciate you guys. You're iconic. And I will see you on the next one and on my Dopamine album review on YouTube. I'm out of here. Peace.